ওয়েলকাম স্টুডেন্টস, ওয়েলকাম টু আওয়ার চ্যানেল মগজাস্ত্র। সো আগের দিন পর্যন্ত তোমাদের আমি অল্টারনেটিং কারেন্টের বেসিক কতগুলো ফান্ডামেন্টাল কিছু ডেফিনেশন অর্থাৎ সংজ্ঞা পড়িয়েছিলাম আর কিছু এক্সপ্রেশন পড়িয়েছিলাম। তো আজকে আমি যেটা পড়াতে যাব সেখান থেকে শুরু হচ্ছে মেন অল্টারনেটিং কারেন্টের ইম্পর্টেন্ট টপিক। সেটা হচ্ছে আজ যেটা পড়াবো সেটা হচ্ছে ফেজ বা দশা এবং ফেজ ডিফারেন্স বা দশা পার্থক্য। ওকে, তো তোমরা খাতা পেন নিয়ে রেডি হও, কারণ এখান থেকে শুরু হবে নোটস তৈরি করা। হেডিং লাগাচ্ছি অল্টারনেটিং current. Today's topics are, one is phase and another is phase difference. ফেজের বাংলা হচ্ছে কি দশা, এর বাংলায় হচ্ছে দশা পার্থক্য। ওকে, সো তাহলে সময় নষ্ট না করে চলো শুরু করা যাক। সো আমরা জানি অল্টারনেটিং কারেন্ট কি, অল্টারনেটিং কোয়ান্টিটি কি, যেটা টাইমের সঙ্গে সঙ্গে চেঞ্জ হয়, হুইচ চেঞ্জ ইটস পজিশন উইথ রেসপেক্ট টু টাইম। হোয়াট কাইন্ড অফ পজিশন? পজিটিভ টু নেগেটিভ, নেগেটিভ টু পজিটিভ, লাইক দিস, পজিটিভ টু নেগেটিভ, নেগেটিভ টু পজিটিভ, লাইক দিস। ওকে, if this is I or V, they are the most beautiful example of alternating quantity. So it can be plotted against T or theta. So this is nothing but the expression, not expression, the waveform of the alternating quantity. What is the expression of alternating quantity? You see that this is in sinusoid. This is sinusoid in nature. It means that if I is the current, then I naught sin omega t is one expression. If this is voltage, then V is equal to V naught sin omega t is the expression for voltage. So what does this I and V means? These I and V means are the RMS quantity of the alternating current. This I naught and V naught are represents the peak or maximum value of current of I or V. This is the most important thing, that omega t, this omega t is nothing but represents the phase or dosha of this alternating quantity. So by these two expression we can define a RMS quantity. Already have defined the peak value and phase. So today's topic is phase and phase difference. In the next video I can discuss about the RMS value of the alternating quantity. Now what is phase? Phase is the state of any alternating quantity, AC quantity, at any instant of time. What does the phase difference stands for? It is if del 1 and del 2 are two phases of 2 AC, then the phase difference between them is del 2 minus del 1, or literally del 1 minus del 2, whatever it is. So these two are nothing but the definition. So you have to know what is this phase and phasor actually, and what happened in the waveform in the phase and phase difference if you plot a waveform. And why a waveform? How can you determine the state of any alternating quantity, the state of any alternating quantity at any instant of time, at any instant of time. These two are the most important line or most important word for this definition. Okay, now to determine it, to get it more clearly, we have to draw a alternating waveform. This is the alternating waveform. How this alternating waveform can be generated, that I have already discussed earlier. So we have to make a circle. Now this one is a vector quantity which rotates anticlockwise at the rate of omega radian per second. Okay, so at time t, so to complete one rotation it will take time t. So if I is equal to I0 sin omega t, then at t is equal to 0, what will be the value of this I? It is nothing but the 0. Why? Because t, put t over here, not then I naught sin omega into 0, that is I naught sin 0 degree. Sin 0 degree means 0, it is 0. So that's why I am going to start the waveform from here and plot it against time. If time is increasing, so it is time t is equal to 0. If time t is equal to 1 is this is the point, then this is the position or state of this alternating quantity at time t is equal to 1 at that time. That is, so if this is t is equal to 0, then what will be the time t1? This is nothing but the t1. This is t is equal to 0. At t is equal to 0, it is 0. At t is equal to 1, that is omega radian is whatever the omega radian is, you multiply that into by with 1, so you get some degree, 0, not 0 degree, 1 2 3 4 like something. So it means that in that t is equal to 1, it is I naught sin omega into t1, and that has some finite value. The finite value is that. This is the finite value of that alternating quantity. So this graph always plotted against t or theta versus v or I. Okay, so this is nothing but the state of t of this alternating quantity at t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 1. If we plot it at t is equal to 3, then it almost reaches its maximum position, that is t is equal to 2. At t is equal to 2, the position of the alternating quantity is this. So by changing time we can get some value of this, of any alternating quantity. It means if I tell that what is the state of this alternating quantity at t is equal to 2, if the expression is I naught sin omega t. So if t is equal to 2, and you have to know what is the value of the omega radian per second, what is the value of the omega. So at t is equal to 2, putting t is equal to 2 and multiply with omega, you get some angle. If that angle has some finite value of sine, then that will be the value of sin omega t. Now multiply with the peak value, we get the I. Got it? So I will explain it when I go to the topic, that is phase difference. Now what is phase difference? So phase is nothing but any state of any alternate quantity at any instant of time. Now if you consider the phase difference, so first you consider that I is equal to I naught sin omega t and V is equal to V naught sin omega t. What does they stands for? That I naught and V naught are not equal. Obviously V naught is much more higher than I naught if R has some value greater than 1. If R has some value greater than 1, then that R into that I is equal to I naught into R will be the V. V is equal to IR from Ohm's law. So V has greater magnitude than I naught if R is less than 1. Now If you compare these two are both alternating in nature. How can we say? We say by their this term sine, that's their sinusoid in nature. So it means when if we plot it at time t is equal to 0, it starts from 0 as sine 0 is equal to 0. Now, what is the difference between their phase? This phase is omega t, this phase is also omega t. So there is no difference in phase, but it may or may not be some difference in their magnitude, that is V0 and I0. So if consider V0 is greater than or equal to I0, then how can we draw the waveform of this? This is I0 sin omega t. I have already drawn this. This is I0 sin omega t. Now I have to draw V0 sin omega t. So the V0 sin omega t is like this. What is the difference? The difference is nothing but in their amplitude. This is the V0 and this is the I0. The green color denotes if this is maximum, not this is I0 exactly. The I0 is exactly this one, I0. So green color denotes the I0 and red color denotes the V0, that is the maximum value or the amplitude of the voltage and current, but their phase is same because at t is equal to 0, voltage is also 0, current is also 0. At t is equal to 1, voltage has some value and current has some value. At t is equal to 2, voltage and current has some value, but their amplitude are not same exactly. Okay, that's why they are in same phase. It denotes same phase. It means del 2 minus del 1 or del 1 minus del 2 is equal to 0. Now if I is equal to I naught sin omega t and V is equal to V naught sin omega t plus 60 degree, this it's exactly 60, this is phi. You can consider phi as 60 degree. We can put it after plotting the waveform. So if I is equal to I naught sin omega t and V is equal to V naught sin omega t plus phi, then if you compare these two, again we can tell that they are sinusoid in nature because both are sine curve. Now what is about the phase? The phase of I is omega t, but the phase of V is omega t plus 0. So at t is equal to 0, I becomes 0. I becomes 0. Omega t means omega into 0 is 0, sin 0 is 0, so I naught into 0 is equal to 0. So at t is equal to 0, V is equal to V naught sin phi. If V naught sin phi is 60 degree, sin 60 is equal to root 3 by 2 V naught. So at t is equal to 0, I is 0, at t is equal to 0, V is root 3 by 2 V naught. Now you plot the waveform of this. Again you plot waveform of this. So at time t is equal to 0, if this is t, at time t is equal to 0, t is equal to 0, the value of I is 0. So this is the waveform of I is equal to I naught sin omega t. This is the value of V and I. This is t or theta. Okay. So at time t is equal to 0, the value of I is 0. That's why I am plotting starting at 0, t is equal to 0, I is starting from here. Okay. Now what is about V? At t is equal to 0, V is root 3 by 2. What is root 3 by 2? You can say that this is root 3 by 2. If this is root 3 by 2, what is the value of it? If this is root 3 by 2. Now how can I plot that waveform? Like this. Because at t is equal to 0, value of V is root 3 by 2. Now where that V starts? The V not starts from here. The V exactly starts from here. It means that at time 0, the position of V is, at time t is equal to 0, the position of V is this. at time to it already elapsed, that much of time, that much of angle phi is equal to 60 degree when I starts generating. When I starts generating, at that time V reaches root 3 by 2. It means that V obviously starts generating before I, and at t is equal to 0, the V is nothing but root 3 by 2, or at that instant, if you tell that what is the position of I starts increasing or starts rotating, it means that I is 0, at t is equal to 0, I is 0, at t is equal to 0, V is root 3 by 2. It means V leads I by 60 degree. Means when I is equal to I starts rotate, at that time V already rotates 60 degree anti-clockwise from I. That's why it is called the wave diagram. Okay, wave diagram. So we can define the state of any alternating quantity by a wave diagram. Now what is the other ways that we can represent the state of current and voltage? First is wave diagram, second is phasor diagram, and third one is vector diagram. The vector diagram is not in your syllabus, but I am telling that these are the three ways that we can analyze a circuit. What is the state of current and voltage? Because you see over here that I am considering the resistance only, but in this chapter there are so many considerations, that is when current and voltage are passes through a inductor, a capacitor, a inductive capacitive circuit, a reactive capacitive circuit, or RLC, that is inductive reactive capacitive circuit. Then what is the behavior of I and V? Behavior means at t is equal to 0, what is the position of I and V when I and V are flowing, or when V is applying to a RLC circuit or RC circuit or LC circuit, and what is the position of I at that time t is equal to 0 or t is equal to something. That will be discussed after 2 or 3 lectures. So in the next lecture I am going to discuss about the RMS value, what is this, its physical interpretation I can show. Now for this is wave diagram I have already discussed. Now what is about the phasor diagram? So if we consider this I and V, so this is the I is equal to I naught sin omega t, and this is nothing but the phasor of V, that is what is the expression, V is equal to V naught sin omega t plus 60 degree. I have already told that phi is equal to taking phi as 60 degree, so this makes an angle 60 degree. It means that I have already written that V leads I by 60 degree. Taking I as reference phasor, you can tell that V leads I at 60 degree means V already starts rotating, and after completion of 60 degree rotation I starts flowing. It means that V is leading in nature with respect to I, or we can say in another way, I lags 60 degree from V. If V is reference phasor, then I lags 60 degree from V, or V leads 60 degree from I. This is the representation of phasor. So if I give two diagram like this is V and this is I, and they are making an angle 30 degree. So can you tell which one is leading and which one is lagging? Which one is leading and which one is lagging? Okay, I am giving a trick. How can you determine if there are two vectors, then how can you determine phasors, then how can you determine that which one is leading and which one is lagging? And it will be, I assured you that it will be help you more if anybody can go to the engineering line. So for this you put yourself outside the phasor. Now second part is rotate the phasor anticlockwise. Rotate the phasor, and second part is rotate phasor anticlockwise. Which meets you first, that is the leading in nature. So if these two are the phasors, then starts rotate anticlockwise, that red, that is the V, meets you first, it means that V is leading in nature with respect to I, or I is lagging in nature with respect to V. Another way is you can put yourself inside the vector. Now you start rotating anticlockwise. Whatever the rotation is, if you rotate the vector, that is also in the anticlockwise. If you rotate yourself, that is also anticlockwise direction. So you rotate anticlockwise, which meets you first, that is leading in nature. Again you start rotating anticlockwise, then you meet V first, so V is leading in nature. So I think this will be helpful for you to your board, to your joint entrance or any other competitive examination, as well as in engineering. Engineering students can see this lecture because this content is fully loaded in engineering first year syllabus. So today's lecture is up to this. In the next day I will discuss about the RMS value and what is the physical interpretation of RMS value. In fourth lecture I will discuss the average value and the physical interpretation of average value. Then we will discuss the behavior of current and voltage in various combinational circuit. First we discuss R, then L, then C, then RL, then RC, then RLC, and with their phasor diagram, power factor, all these things. For that we have to go through many more expression, many more derivation, and many more definition. So that will be discussed later. So keep studying up to this. Watch this video very carefully 1, 2, 3 more times, because as much as you learn this from as much as you learn, you can get more clear idea about the voltage and current behavior across a AC circuit. And this one is very interesting topic I think in your class 12 syllabus. So today is up to you. So see you again next class. Tata, goodbye.